Hello, everyone. I'm Fern with the Toast Customer Training Team. In this video, I'll guide us through some of the closing procedures that most restaurants encounter daily. This video is geared towards managers and owners who are responsible for conducting end-of-day tasks. Let's dive in. By default, at 4 a.m. daily, Toast will automatically process all credit and debit card payments, clock out all employees, and close all open cash drawers. We can have the default closeout time changed if we request it. For example, locations that are open 24 hours. At the end of business for the day, managers or owners should ensure that all shifts have been completed, ensure that all cash drawers have been properly closed and review cash discrepancies, and ensure all employee time entries are accurate and all hourly employees are clocked out. We understand that life happens, especially in the restaurant industry. So if we are unable to complete end-of-day tasks for any reason, the following day, we can always close any open checks, update time entries, update the cash drawer closing balances, and update any cash entries and deposits if necessary. So let us do some practice now. We will now navigate to a Toast terminal. When we encounter our Toast terminals, we're going to use our personal access code. In this case, we're going to use a manager code to access the system. After we access the system, we're going to select the back button on the top right corner of our terminals to enter the main screen. And from the main screen, we're going to look at manager activities. The first manager activity that we're going to complete is we're going to review employee shifts. This function will allow us to see all active shifts and all closed shifts. And as managers, we can review any closed shift by selecting it and viewing the shift review. So we can review a closed shift. We can edit it and we can reopen it if necessary. We could also complete or close a shift on behalf of another employee. So if for whatever reason, Patty is unable to complete or close her shift, as managers or owners, we can view the shift review and we can complete it for her. So step number one is to use the Review Employee Shifts tool to ensure that all shifts have been closed. The Time Cards function will allow us to view any employees that are clocked in and to make any adjustments if necessary. And finally, the Closeout Day function is a manager tool that can be utilized to confirm that all of the tasks have been completed for the day. And remember, if for any reason we are unable to complete these tasks, we can always do them the following day. By looking at the Closeout Day function on our test restaurant, we can review several actions that require our attention. For example, we currently have an open check that needs to be taken care of. We can take care of those checks as managers, or we can have the employees who own those checks close them. We currently have 2 employees that are clocked in. We can view those employees and we can ensure that those time entries are accurate. We still have 1 cash drawer that needs to be counted. And finally, we can create deposits if we need to, and capture our payments manually if we desire. By default, all of our payments are going to be automatically captured at 4 o'clock in the morning. Once we have confirmed that all shifts have been completed and all time entries are accurate, and we run that closeout shift function, we can see that now we've taken care of all of our open checks. We still have 1 employee that's clocked in. We can view that employee. Currently, our cook still clocked in. Probably he's still working in the kitchen. So we can continue on. All of our cash drawers have now been closed. We can create a deposit if necessary. And again, we can capture our payments manually. And now we can finish our end of day function. And we'll get this little celebratory message and we'll be done for the day. Let us do a little recap. So the closeout day function will allow managers and owners to quickly review and confirm that daily tasks have been completed. We're going to make sure that we close all open checks. We're going to make sure that all of our time entries are updated. We're going to make sure that all of our cash drawers are closed. We're going to create deposits if applicable, and we can manually capture payments if necessary. Now, when it comes to cash drawers, there are some best practices that we recommend following to ensure that all of our cash activities are accurately reported. We recommend to ensure that our starting balances are accurate at the beginning of the day. The user responsible for closing the drawer should have blind cash drawer access and count everything in the drawer when closing the drawer, including that starting balance at the end of the day. A slight discrepancy between expected and actual cash should always be expected. And we should be reviewing our cash drawer history report on a daily basis. Let me demonstrate how we can review that cash drawer history report. From our home screen, we're going to access our sales summary for the day. We're going to be looking at today, our sales summary, and under the cash summary on our sales summary report, we will have access to our cash drawer history. As I mentioned earlier, we should always expect a slight discrepancy between our expected cash and our actual cash, especially if we are taking advantage of that blind cash drawer access, where our employees are unable to see the expected balances, and we will be able to easily find any discrepancies between actual and expected. When we access our cash drawer history report, we will be able to see all of our cash drawers, when they were opened, when they were closed, who was responsible for opening them and closing them, starting balances, all transactions, ending balances. And also, we do have the ability to use the view function on our cash drawer history report and make any updates to our cash entries if we needed to. This will come in very handy if we're going to be making updates for previous day's activities. As we mentioned earlier, life happens, especially in restaurants. So if for any reason on a specific day we're unable to complete closeout day functions, we can do so the following day. Thank you so much for watching this video on closing procedures. For more information and additional help resources, please make sure to check out Toast Central. Have a wonderful rest of your day.